Testing. 1, 2. The light's blinking. The tape's rolling. I think it's working. Yes! They all laughed at me when I said I was going to sneak a tape recorder into a mental institution in my rectum, but you know what? It worked. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take a hit. Okay, so if you're listening to this, the important question is, how did you get it? Did you take it off my lifeless body because you just gunned me down in my failed escape attempt, you heartless asshole son of a bitch narc guard? Or are you listening to this in a classroom because it's used as a teaching document? Okay, you know what? That's not important right now. The important thing is Hector. Well, he's not a thing. He's my patient/roommate. He's crazy. Just listen to this tape recording I made of his parents talking to his therapist.
He's too depressed to be manic, but too manic to be depressed, so there's that.
Maybe he's bipolar, doing both at the same time.
The boy is simply resisting the treatments. Nonsense, who resists treatment?
Dad blames sociopath, that's who.
A sociopath with a normalcy fetish.
When we committed Hector to this mental institution, we expected a diagnosis, doctors.
Yeah, something with a shareable prescription or two.
Attention deficit disorder, perhaps.
Decisional affective disorder?
Now, y'all, I'm just flinging bugs out of booger trap, but maybe he's just going through some shit.
Going through the shiza?
Well, that's my cutest skadoodle.
Well, until you find a fix, that thing is not my son. Well, that was depressing as hell. That's lesson 1, folks. Crazy kids are chronic buzzkills, which reminds me, hang on.
Attention. Situation Lima Delta. We have a code yellow with possible code purple and
Hector, let me in. It's me, Dr. Robert. I'm not an authority figure. I'm not a narc. I'm not yanking your chain. I'm not jerking your gherkin. Here, you want a second opinion? Hey, what do you think we should do? Oh, I think we should let him in, Dr. Robert. I concur. Oh, I concur too, Dr. Robert. See, all the doctors here agree. You should let me in the window. Let's just see what Nurse Cinderblock has to say about it. Oh, all right. Let's just pack a bag now and get the hell out of Dodge. What should we take? Just the essentials. Nothing to weigh us down, nothing fancy, just shrooms and shadows, man. Shrooms and shadows. You know what I'm talking about. Traveling light. Yeah. Also, I'm going to need you to sign these legal documents. Pretty standard stuff, really. Nothing to fret over. Just a non-disclosure agreement, release of liability. Basically, I'm just going to sketch your likeness on this piece of paper. Exact 1-to-1 scale proportionally for medical and legal reasons, obviously. Then I'm going to cut it out. It's important to do this before we escape, because an escape attempt is a huge liability, and quite frankly, I was dropped by my malpractice insurance whenever I was set up at this institution. When I was set up and sent to this institution. I was set up. That's why I'm here, Hector. Did you know that? Did you know they set me up? I was set up by the people I trusted, by my followers. I was trying to help them. I was trying to help the Honolulu hippie commune, and they set me up. It was my own Garden of Eden, and they gave me the fruit of good and evil, man, and it was bittersweet. But that's not important right now. What is important is that I blow into your ear, put your soul on this piece of paper, and now it belongs to me.
You own my soul now?
That's just medical terminology. Don't worry about that, kid.
But...
You know, like that, it's like that Pink Floyd song that goes, doctor, doctor, and then the guitar is like, have you heard that one? Oh man, it's great. Like, but in Latin.
That's really...
Of course not. You don't think at all. That's what doctors are for.
But my real doctors...
Oh, my real doctors. That's what you sound like, man. You want to party with that guy? I think not. Anyway, do you think that whenever I was on any one of my 17 peyote vision quests... oh, sorry. Do you think I ever stopped and questioned who was and wasn't technically my therapist? I was too busy picking Martian spiders out of my tail mouth, man. Long story. Anyway, the point is, do you think that when those spiders told me the meaning of life, I asked them
Hey, wait a minute.
Do you think I asked them if they had been judged criminally insane by a jury of their spider peers? I don't think so, Jack.
Can we go back to the tail mouth thing? Because I'm really interested in that.
No, I think there'll be time for tail mouths when the time is right. But right now, we've got a boat to catch.
A boat? Like, on the water? Like, with all the eels and the drowning and shit? Nope, I'm good.
Poor little Hector. You millennials, you're too scared to live but too boring to die. If you don't like my way, try taking the highway.
Oh, what the hell is this stuff anyway? They wouldn't let you have tobacco in here, and definitely not marijuana. Oh God, what is this? Did you take the ficus out of the waiting room and roll it up in toilet paper? I mean, why would you do that?
Well, I'll tell you why, Hector. Well, I seen the best minds of your generation zonked out on prescription medication when all you really needed was a quick and easy fix. But you do not dare say yes to what the fat kids have to offer, 'cause your mama says you'll wind up better turning tricks. Nutmeg, Dramamine, Robitussin, Morning Glory seeds, and all the stuff for huffing are legal. You can buy 'em if you look like you're 16. But be careful when you take 'em, 'cause it takes a while to shake 'em, and you'll never get that first time high again. Oh
Wait,
no.
what was that last thing?
Never mind, Hector. Just come and puff our magic dragon. Come and snort our sacred toot. Let's ingest enchanted fungi till we all see God and puke. Just to get through this life sober, you have to be some kind of kook. Just hop off that lame-ass wagon and bite on this badass fruit. Come and puff our magic dragon. Come and snort our sacred toot. Let's ingest enchanted fungi till we all see God and puke.
This is some killer ficus, Doc. Ha! Oh, that looks real.
Ahoy there! You are floating much too close to a very expensive vessel with a very unsightly young boy.
This is real, isn't it, you crazy hippie asshole? You actually drugged me, and then you dragged me. We escaped! I'm a fugitive!
Take a chillaxative before you get shit twisted, man. Sensory deprivation therapy. You're floating in a saltwater tank about the size of a coffin.
I wish I could believe that, Dr. Robert, but at this point, the ficus is taking over. Hey, Doc, where's my money, man? I don't want to come across like a yuppie or nothing, but you owe me for the boat ride and those 8 hits of long shot you took when you thought I wasn't looking. At least chip in for the gas, man.
I'm kind of in the middle of something here.
Who is that, Dr. Robert?
Longshine Denver, he's my pharmaceutical rep.
Not yours anymore, man. Times have changed since you've been gone. I'm in the business for myself now, and you told me you pay me for the boat ride and for the long shot. This time ain't last time's batch too, man. That is what you said.
What do you mean last times too?
This man is a drug dealer and a pirate. And furthermore, he is real. I'm not floating in a coffin. I'm on a floating coffin.
Well, that largely sounds like a problem in semantics.
That man is huge.
As your doctor, I prescribe you 10 cc's of growing a pair, man. And stop being so scared of a guy who cooks LSD in the abandoned rest stop he also lives in.
it doesn't make him less scary. I mean, like, what does he use for pots and pans and stuff? Is that stuff readily available?
Seriously? That's your main qualm with the situation?
Well, look what the doctor brought for Longshawn, an apprentice.
Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me if you're an actual drug dealer or a manifestation of my subconscious? I swear to you that I am not a cop.
I don't know. Sounds like what a cop would say. Wait a minute. Are you part of my subconscious? Do you symbolize my inner narc?
No, sir. I'm just here because I need...
Not that I'm a narc or anything. How about I get back to making this Longshawn?
Is that a metaphor?
It's an acronym. Longshawn Denver. Like LSD. Like the stuff I just spilt all over myself. Lap it up quick, guys. The 5-second rule does not apply to drugs.
Just don't try to bill me for it.
If I'm not hallucinating now, I bet I'll sure as shit wish I was later.
I can feel it between my fingers and underneath my cuticles, man. Like icy hot mermaid tears. Look, Doc, I never felt good about how it went down that night, but you were starting to get real scary, letting the power go to your head. I didn't know what else to do, man, believe me.
What's he talking about, Doc?
Betrayal. He's talking about betrayal.
Well, on the plus side, this LSD's coming on real nice.
Now, Doc, they told me when they busted you that you'd be out in just a couple of years. Now, how was I supposed to know you was gonna plead crazy and up in the nut house? I just thought you was gonna get your head on straight, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I lost a lot of sleep over you. But wait, before you go, now, you just gotta tell me before you go one thing I gotta know. Wait, just before you go. Am I covered in spiders? Can y'all tell me, do I have spiders all over me? I've been covered in spiders.
Blow it out your tail mouth, Longshawn. Oh, play it cool, man. Hell's Angelfish at 10 o'clock.
Hell's Angelfish? Like, you mean like Hell's Angels on Ski-Doos?
I think you mean like Hell's Angels, but more badass.
Who are these guys kidding? That can't be accurate.
Quiet, kid. The Hell's Angelfish do not prevaricate.
This is ridiculous.
The only people who can afford ski-doos are attorneys in midlife crisis. And I cannot afford to go through litigation right now, man. Not in this economy, you can't, man. Now that these Venusians interbreeding with our women. Back off the dues, pal. We just got whips we're dying to lash.
But hark, what light through yonder cloud hole breaks?
What, man? That kid must be crazy,
Venusians
man.
Venusians
are not living among us with the cooperation of the U.S. government, man.
Okay, but why does this star have a face? Please help me. I am here on a mission of peace. What? Who are you? How can I possibly help you? I am so high right now.
Well, that was hella useful to everybody. Sure am glad he managed to get on the boat we're using to smuggle drugs before he died.
He's not dead yet, and maybe we can help him get past these guys without getting sued or nothing.
Well, our best bet is that this is all just some kind of crazy LSD trip, so let's just pretend there's butterfly wings or some shit on here, and I'll lighten the load by doing my Loch Ness Monster impression. See you next Tuesday, you crazy bastards!
Next Tuesday? That sure is a long time to be in the water.
Look, I don't know what the Hell's Angelfish want with that weird glowing dying kid, but you better just fork him the hell on over. Taking risks for other people never pays off. Trust me on that one, kid.
Ooh, cry me a river and then abandon me on it, you asshole. Do not be frightened, Hector. I have assumed control of this vessel. Commencing liftoff!
See that? I don't know what I saw, man, but I better not see it working here, you know what I mean?
What do you call it when someone's being racist but against an actual alien? The whole reason I'm see you next Tuesday on this galaxy, motherfuckers! See you. Oh, I just got that.
Great, here's your acronym merit badge.
You know, while I was up there, I noticed that the boat on its current trajectory... Land ho!
Bah! God, I guess you couldn't have warned me or steered the boat away from the land or anything like that. Not you, not Mr. Gen XY. Who gives a fuck-see?
I was just trying.
You weren't anything. You haven't been, haven't done, won't try anything.
I was trying to tell you before you got knocked on your wrinkly ass, old ass that we're coming up on exactly the kind of squalid, rat-welcoming tent city hellhole I secretly imagined your Honolulu hippie commune place to be. It's just up the road a piece. If you hurry, you can probably catch your gross old friends before they're done rubbing patchouli oil all over each other's treasure trails. Incense and peppermint, sticky grape. Sorry about the sticky grape pubes thing.
Hello. Get on your knees. You're on the eye. Only living things. This is you. Could you? And you too.
Shh, somebody's coming.
Shut up, Mike. Shut up, Mike. Shut up, Mike. Shut up, Mike.
Whoa, where did you guys?
Oh, shit, Mike. I thought you was a horse, Mike. I can eat a horse, Mike. What you talking crazy for, mate? I bury those cockroaches.
Excuse me, sir. We were just looking for the Honolulu hippie hollow commune.
Wait, got touch me like I gotta know something for me. Come on, Pelican.
Oh,
fly
sorry,
away.
I think, well, this is Dr. Robert, and we're here on a trip from the mental asylum.
What you talking crazy for, mate? You got your stuff, mate? Where you keep your stuff? You want me to go out and come back in? We start all over, mate? Keep on, mate. Why don't you try sticking your head up your ass, mate? That doesn't sound completely crazy to me, mate. How am I gonna get a
Come on, can't you just tell me where I am?
I got here, mate. This Honolulu hippie hollow commune was like a great big hooah. Just waiting to get stuck. Confucius say, mate, he who has the yayo does the stooping, mate. Work hard.
I don't even know who they're being racist toward anymore. But I'm pretty sure they're all real high on cocaine.
Of course they are. Can't you hear the cocaine accent, man? Oh, shit. They got me doing it now, man. Shit.
One of us, mate. One of us, mate.
Run, Hector. You gotta get out of here, man. You gotta get out of here before they get you addicted, man.
I'm not leaving here without you, Mang.
Hector, man. Just remember this was all a dream and shit, man. Take the boat back to the hospital, and I'll just go drink myself to death in a ditch. Take this tape recorder while you're at it.
Okay, well, goodbye for now then. Captain's log, day 1. I'm headed in what I believe to be the correct direction, but I don't know for sure because I was only given this smelly tape recorder, not a compass or, food or water. Soon I'll get to decide which is more polluted, my own urine or this river which my subconscious has symbolically filled with discarded burrito wrappers and used condoms.
And people said I was crazy to try to sneak 2 tape recorders into the mental hospital in my rectum. But who's laughing now? I'm not laughing. Narked on by Longshawn, my best bro. Hector's drowned. All my hippies are hooked on coke because of that Sneezeface bastard. Well, it's like my mom always said. God never bricks up a door without digging you a hole to drink yourself to death in. Hector?
Dr. Robert, great news! I introduced Longshawn to my friend Molly, if you know what I'm saying.
I have no idea what this kid's talking about, Doc, but he did show me how to download a recipe for MDNA. Everybody gets their first taste for free.
Ah, gee, yeah, man. You got some good stuff here,
Real
man.
class A shit here, man. He's got style, flash, pizzazz. Hey, man, I can't afford no more addictions. Is this shit happening for me?
No way, Maze. It's just ecstasy. It makes you feel all melty and wee, and interconnected-y and like Buddha butter. You know what I'm saying, man? The only way it's addicting is that once you take it, all the rest of life seems to lose meaning and joy. But what else is new?
Disco. The ultimate trip? Just shrooms and shadows, man. I'm getting ahead of myself.
you should say, man. He who has the yayo does the stupid, man.
Nutmeg, Dramamine, Robitussin.
You're on the eye. Only a lazy cease.
Use condoms. Condoms.
Now, y'all, I'm just flinging bugs out of booger trap.
Can we go back to the town mouth thing?
Everybody gets their first taste for free. Sounds like what a cop would say.
Boning your mom?
Wait a minute. How did we end up back in my room?
Ready for the ultimate trip, Hector? The truth is that we've never really even left this room.
Bullshit.
Not at all. Everything that you thought happened, from the boat ride to the escape attempt to those Sneezeface fellows to all of those illegal drugs we took, was all just manufactured by your subconscious under hypnotic suggestion. All those things we did, or rather didn't do back there, were deeply meaningful and symbolic to you, and totally what I intended to happen, and definitely not criminal endangerment of a minor in any way. Ta-da!
Oh, thank you, Dr. Robert.
Oh, don't mention it, Hector. Seriously, not to anybody. Here's your soul back, and just remember that therapy is an ongoing process. You know, Freud didn't get around to figuring out what was wrong with a lot of his patients until years after they killed themselves. So it's really more of a we'll call you type deal. I'll just let myself out this window.
Yeah, just like a real doctor would. See you next Tuesday, doctor.
Hey, who's there?
Hector, where have you been?
Shh, Mom, this hangover.
No wonder you missed your meds.
No, I didn't, Dad. No, I didn't.
So was that the most mind-blowing psychiatric breakthrough since the boning your mom thing, or what? Seriously, tell me, this is the discussion portion. It's time for us to hash it out. If you know what I mean.